The Women's Spotlight is brought to you by Sprouts Farmers Market, open 7 days a week. Visit your neighborhood Sprouts for good-for-you groceries and great prices on the freshest produce. The Spotlight is shining bright on USC women's basketball, having its best season in 30 years, honestly, almost 40 years now with really what they're accomplishing, coming off the Pac-12 tournament championship, picking up a number 1 seed. The tournament starts on Saturday. We get to host it. 1:30 tip-off on Saturday at Galen. Get to usctrojans.com/NCAAWBB. Tickets are just $30 and you get the whole session. What an awesome experience and everything going on around this program. We are welcomed by Associate Head Coach Beth Burns, Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, and Keely Coach, boy, this really came together this season. What's special about this group that you were able to take a lot of players in their first year, whether it's star freshmen or star transfers, and come together and just have this incredible run?
Before I answer that question, I just have to say, as we're closing the football segment, if we can shoot at a percentage that Miller Moss throws touchdown passes, I think we good for the next 21 days.
That.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
That.
I'm ready for it. You know, I think it starts and ends with Lindsey Gottlieb, because in this era of the portal, which it is, it's a selfless leader who communicates well individually and collectively and is very honest from day one. And then, you just hope it works. But I think that the combination of, we have 6 seniors, a lot is spoken about our Ivies, which are fabulous. We have 6 seniors who all are huge contributors, and their life experience. They might not be USC experienced, and Lindsey had to give them permission to be themselves. Because when you first come somewhere, it doesn't matter if you're 23 or 18, you're new. So you want to defer to those in front of you. Well, guess what, guys? There ain't nobody in front of you. So let's go. Let's get this thing going. And I think that, and obviously the opportunity to sign Juju, because in our world, if it's good enough for Juju, it's good enough for me. And don't think that didn't transition to this year having our opportunity to sign the number 1 recruiting class in the country, because people like what Juju does. Juju is a selfless leader and star, and Lindsey is put all the ingredients together, and you're reaping the rewards of it right now.
Coach, kind of take us through this team a little bit. Obviously, the big name on the team is Juju. Everyone knows it around campus, around the country, probably at this point by now, with the number 1 seed and everything. But obviously, a team game, you're not winning it when it wasn't just person.
Sure.
Take us through this team and the important pieces and how you guys all formulated at the right time.
Well, and I would say to that, I've been in this game 40 years. I have never seen a defense like Stanford played against us on Sunday.
Wow.
Like, I've seen box and 1, triangle and 2, chase. That was 5.
Yeah.
I told her I used the LeBron line. Hey, Jew, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. There were 5 people in a high-low zone. And I think what that has enabled us to do is show, like, Juju wants to win at the end of the day. And obviously, if you had the opportunity to witness our game at Stanford, it was something I'll never forget. I mean, sometimes that just happens. Yeah. And she was that good. But Kayla Padilla scored almost 2,000 points at Penn. Mackenzie Forbes was like the MVP at Harvard. So all of these athletes, what she can do, I know what she can do. Now you're starting to see what other people can do, and don't the emergence of Caitlin Davis, who had some injury. She had knee injury. She had a concussion. We thought she was going to be a big piece for us. And if you watch the Pac-12 tournament, you can see the chemistry that she's getting inside with Ray and Caitlin Davis. Just our balance is tough. It's harder to stop a balanced team than a one-man band. And Juju, by far, will be the first to tell you, as talented as she is, we're not a one-man band.
You're the defensive mind of the team, and you mentioned the Pac-12 tournament. I thought you guys reached a whole new level on defense. You mentioned KD, but also Rhea Marshall with the season-high 18 rebounds. Like, how did you guys just take it to another level in such a tight, competitive tournament?
Well, I think that, again, it's the growth, and may I add, they're pretty bright. These new kids, they're pretty bright. And they've gotten better. And that's the goal, right? To get better and better and better. And they're changing the way they used to do things and buying into a team concept. When you have an eraser in the back, and we have one of the best elite shot blockers in the country and one of the best elite post defenders in both Rhea and Clarice, then it enables us to do some different things. Our X factor is Caitlin Davis, who's so good in a broken floor that she kind of cleans up everybody else's messes. But it was like Caleb Padilla, again, who was known as a scorer, held London from UCLA 0 for 8. Hannah Jump from Stanford 1 for 9. So everybody's kind of buying in that if we rebound, we're going to win games. If we guard and rebound, because some nights you can't make shots.
As Keeley said, we're talking to Associate Head Coach Beth Burns, and as Keeley said, you are sort of the de facto defensive coordinator for this team. What are your principles defensively that are across any team that you've ever coached, and then how do you adjust to the personnel like what you've had this season?
Well, and I think that's the biggest key. Our team last year was 100% different than this year's team. And it's not what I like to do. It's what can we do best to put the pieces together. And I think that's what we've been able to do. At one point early in January, we were over 200th in the nation in rebounding. And in case you're wondering, that is not a stat that we really aspired to.
Okay.
Within 3 weeks, we were 110. And then in another week, now we're under 50. And if you look at our last 10 games since we lost to Washington, we've out-rebounded all but one opponent. So having our team understand there's different ways. We don't pressure to turn you. Last year's team pressured to turn you over. That's not the kind of team we have. We do different things. We have really good length. We have big wings. We're interchangeable. So we try to trick them and do some different things to force some tougher shots.
Coach, talk about this energy I'm getting from you right now. I want to rebound right now.
Well, come on. If you can get us in the top 20, you're in.
You got this great juice about you, Coach. Where does that come from? Did you grow up like that? We've heard about legendary morning runs you go on. I've seen you on social media, just dominant and just full of energy. Where does this come from?
You know, I guess it's my blessing or my curse. I love to teach. I love to coach. I love the age group of 18 to 22, and I am grateful to be able to do it every day. So I am what I am, and that's what you're going to get.
Love it.
All right, Coach Burns will be out there on Saturday leading this USC team alongside the head coach Lindsey Gottlieb, a number 1 seed for the women of Troy. USC will take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi, second game of the day, so 1:30 approximate tip. Games on ESPN, but if you can get here, we want you inside the Galen Center. What an opportunity to be a part of this journey for women's basketball. Not everyone gets to go to an NCAA tournament game. You can do it, and it's affordable as well. So get there for sure. Good luck, Coach. We are all behind you. Fight on, Trojans, and fly on with ONT. Ontario International Airport is a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans. Visit SoCalSoEasy.com to book your journey through ONT today. And Trojans Live is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino, a proud partner of USC Athletics. Caden Aoki, the ace pitcher for USC Baseball, is next on Trojans Live.